Some key concept you need to know when you subtracting integers. Well, let's see. To subtract an integer, you simply just add its opposite. How do we make this look in numbers? 3 minus 7 is the same thing as 3 plus a negative 7. Or, algebraically, of course, we hadn't looked at that before, but we're going to start looking. And these are variables. A minus b is the same thing as a plus a negative b, or a minus a negative b is the same thing as a plus b. You see the correlation here, what we said earlier? Same, opposite, opposite. So that should help you when you're looking at numbers with that subtraction sign in the middle. That means same, opposite, opposite. So you actually just add in the opposite anytime you subtract, no matter what's the number. Let's take a look at a couple examples. So let's take a look at example 1. Example 1 says negative 56. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Minus a negative 9. Okay. Now, remember what we said. You want to add the opposite of a negative 9. So you want to add the opposite of a negative 9. Okay. Add the opposite of a negative 9. So doing that, you will say, and that will equal, and I'm going to start it back down here, a negative 56. Notice I see it's negative, but I didn't change that. Add, that means subtract, so I'm going to add a positive 9. That is the opposite of a negative 9. That is all you got to do. Now you simply just do the addition. And these are my rules over here. You're going to do the addition, and that's going to give us, and how do we do it? The smallest absolute value from the largest absolute value, and that's going to give us a negative 47. Let's take a look at another example. Okay. Here, let's see. Okay. Let's take a negative 14 minus 21. Again, our chore is to add the opposite. You want to add the opposite of a negative 21. Okay, so what is the opposite of a negative 21? Well, negative 21, 21 units from the left, of 0 on a number line. The opposite is 21 units to the right of 0, which will make it a positive. Remember, opposites have the same distance from 0 on the number line, different signs. So if that's negative, the other one has to be positive. Only two signs. Stop and go. All right. So no, not stop and go, but positive and negative. Okay. So here, our problem, if we're going to add the opposite, and again, I put my 0, will be a negative 14. Opposite of subtraction is plus, and that's a positive 21, so it becomes a negative 21. And what do the rules say? Well, they simply say if the signs are the same, negative 14, negative 21, we just add the absolute value, and the absolute values is 21 plus 14. That's going to give us 35, and we keep the sign, which is negative. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this other footnote in here that we're adding here. Okay. That we are adding. Yeah, got some down here at the bottom sneaked in on me. Let's take care of that. That we are adding. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple stuff. All we have to do is make sure that anytime we'll subtract, that we're actually adding the opposite. So I do believe that armed with this, then when you come to class, we can really settle down and work some problems. All right, I have one more illustration I want to show you, and that's when we evaluate. Remember, the term evaluate means we're going to solve, and for the most part, we'll have a variable that we'll need to substitute an actual number for that variable, and then evaluate or solve there. So we'll take a look at one of those, and then we should be armed and ready.